what if you didn't have to wait for January 1st to have a fresh start? What if you could have a renewal every single month? We usually treat renewal as a once in a year event. We set goals and resolutions that never last beyond February. But there's an ancient monthly rhythm that most people never heard about, and it's not what you think. It involves the new moon. So every month, the moon gets full, gets round, and it gets empty again. That's the renewal. So every Hebrew month and the Hebrew calendar is based on that renewal. So whenever you look up and you see the moon that is full, that's the middle of the month. That's the hype or the highest moment of the month. But the starting of the month is actually when the moon is empty, where you see like this little line that is just starting out. So it shows us, first and foremost, that each ending has a new beginning. And this is what nature is showing us, because if you think about it, back then in the biblical times, they didn't have calendars, they didn't have iPhones and Google calendars to see when the new moon starts. They really worked with the stars and the moon to understand when it happens. I have some notes, so I want to share with you how it started and how you can utilize this energy of the new moon every single month to align to your day-to-day lives, to align to your energy and your work and everything that you do in this world. So as I mentioned before, the moon disappears every month and then it gets fuller again. And it's called Rosh Chodesh, which is the start of the month in Hebrew. And it started back in Egypt, in Exodus. You can find it, where God told Moses and Aaron that the moon cycle would be the base of the Jewish calendar, because again, they didn't have anything to rely on. So God said, okay, just use the moon and the stars, and that's how you'll know. And what happened was, over time, this became Rosh Chodesh, the first of the month, or the new moon ritual, became something that most women do. It was mostly women. And the reason was, it's kind of like a rumor. So you can check it out and let me know. Also come back here in the comments if you find any other source that says differently. But according to the ancient tradition, it says that it's a holiday for women, and the reason is that when back then, where they were in the deserts, the Israelites were in the deserts, and they were trying to build, or they did build, a golden calf, and they were trying to get jewelry out of women. So like gold, like gold jewelry, they tried to get it to build the golden calf. Women refused. Women did not want to do it. And I love this so much, because this is so profound to remind us how women's intuition is like the best thing in the whole wide world. So we got this. And so women refused to give them the gold to create a golden calf, because I guess they knew that that it just is not making sense and it doesn't work according to God's plan. So as a reward, what happened was, women were freed from doing heavy labor on the Rosh Chodesh, on the new moon, and they were given a day to rest and reflect. Oh my goodness, isn't that amazing? So again, I go back to how we started, with the understanding that the new moon, that moment or the day where the moon is renewing itself, that's a day of celebration. And that's how it's been for centuries and throughout tradition. And if you want to dive deeper, by the way, into Rosh Chodesh and the new moon energy, every month I post a video, I share a video here about each month's energy, what each month is asking from us, with journaling prompts that you can go back to throughout the month, or in the the same night of the new moon. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. There's a playlist that you can look into, and just look at the months that were before, and then stay tuned for the new one. So really what we do on the new moon or Rosh Chodesh, there are different ways to celebrate it. Most of it, and again, the tradition talks about resting, about reflecting, and this is why I like journaling prompts around that time. So a few things that I can tell you now, just more in general, not specifically for each month, are, first of all, each new moon, well, before that, I'll go back. Before that, you can look it up. Okay, you can look it up. I have it on my calendar. I put it on my Google calendar after looking it up exactly when each month is happening, each new moon is happening. So I have it on my calendar. I kind of know what's happening. I know like a week or a few days in advance. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the Rosh Chodesh of this, or this is the new moon of this, and then I kind of know, oh, this is the energy that we're about to enter to. So I love doing that because this is my vibe. So one thing that you can start with whenever there's a new moon, you can look back, starting with looking back to what you're closing. So what was the month behind you, or what you're done with? What are you ready to let go of? So in order to go into the new month, the new moon, with renewed energy. And then the second thing is to look inwards and ask yourself, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about what I'm letting go? How do I feel complete? How do I feel about wanting to carry it with me to the new moon, to the new month? Or am I fully complete with letting this go? And then lastly, the last thing is to look forward to the new moon, to the new month. And again, you can obviously come back to my channel to study the new moon's energy and what it requires from you, but also just look inwards. Just maybe take yourself 10 minutes. You can do a meditation. You don't have to do a meditation, but you can take yourself 10 minutes to reflect and again look at what you're leaving behind, what you're letting go, and what you're willing to create and to renew and do more of, and what you're looking for, what you're excited about with this new moon. This is really such a potent time that so many people are not utilizing, and I'm so happy that slowly you start to see how people are interested in ancient wisdom, because I feel like people thousands and thousands of years ago knew how to live life, and I don't know if life was better. I feel like life is better now, but I love life now because we have so many opportunities. And I do believe that we can learn from them. I do believe that we can take those traditions and utilize them into our lives because there's so much wisdom. I mean, think about it. The moon is emptying itself and renewing itself. I mean, oh my God, is there something more magical than this? So just like women, right? Just like our cycles and our bodily, physical situations, that we renew ourselves every few weeks, every few months, like whatever the case may be, wherever you are in your life, it's just phenomenal to me. So ancient wisdom is just a treasure that we can take so many good magical and miracles and traditions from. And I'm going to leave you with this. As a woman, you were never meant to wait for a once in a year event, to the New Year's event, which happens in winter and we're all waiting for it. You don't have to. You were not meant to do that. You were actually meant to be celebrated and rest and fill yourself up just like the moon every single month. So remember that, take it with you, and stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about the new month's energy every single month, and let me know in the comments if you tried it, how it feels for you, or if you want me to make more videos about this topic, because I love it. As you can see, I'm talking about it. I have all my notes, so come back here.